Continuing with new and unfinished business, we have real estate tax exemption applications that are in front of the county.
Good afternoon. Every 3 years, the people that we have in tax exemption, they have to reapply. So we have 3 that reapply for 2026. I think you all probably have it all in the packet. The first one is Piedmont Habitat for Humanity. They're on their second house. They've applied, of course, to continue to be exempt. The house is basically done, so I don't know that this one would even be, would even go up for 2026. More than likely, it will just go on to the regular taxes, because it's finished. So when they sell it, we will take the exemption off of it. So that's one of them. The other one is Synchronicity Foundation. They have reapplied. There is several tax amount numbers, with 4 tax amount numbers. They've reapplied for exemption. I can tell you what the taxes would be. I don't know what information you may want, but it's 4 tax amount numbers that's been exempt for many years. Basically, in my letter, they've been granted for many years. I'm not quite sure how many, but it's been several. Before my time. So like I said, it's 4 tax amount numbers, and they would like to continue to be exempt for.
Sorry, just to
No.
interrupt real quick, you should have a chart at your seats that kind of shows the exempt taxes under the current tax rate, and then also using the new values for 26 with
Yes.
the current tax rate as well. You have that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just went with the current tax rate. So it's 4 of those that wish to continue to be exempt. The last one is the Nature Foundation at Wintergreen. They have reapplied. Several mount numbers for them also. I believe it's 4 for them also. There is one that they've just purchased that is 1,422 acres, 0.89. Now, of course, that was not exempt. They have purchased that, and they would like for it to be exempt. It is in conservation easement, which makes the rate a lot cheaper than what it would normally be. But they want the others to stay in, plus they would like to add this one, and it's 1,422 acres.
Where is that? Where it is?
It's
The wintergreen parcel?
it's the one that Jim
Yes.
Justice used to own, and
Crawford's Knob.
yes, Crawford's not.
Yeah, and I've got the
Exactly.
tax, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing, I'm just
Okay.
seeing the description.
So we did something on that recently, didn't we? Parcel.
I don't think we did anything directly. There was a presentation up at Wintergreen that I was at
Oh, okay, never mind.
when Doug announced his retirement at the same time.
Okay.
They
And
have to be added to the Wintergreen Master Plan. Is that
Or taken out of.
I can't say that I recall.
something along those lines?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it is not to be developed. It's in conservation easement, so it's
It is
going to be
in
permanently
conservation
protected.
easement. Yes,
Yeah.
it is, yes. When they purchased it, it was in conservation easement,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, there's a number of rare species. It's kind of Doug's swan song of protection that he's really happy that they've been able to acquire and protect. So
It's really beautiful up there. I had no idea that it was so many things to do, or take your children. It's really great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went and visited this one and Synchronicity. Yeah, so that's basically, I mean, I have like little brochures, they have hiking, several things there. Things for the children, but yeah, so that's what they've all applied for the next 3 years for exemption.
Okay.
So,
Any other questions for?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So how many other tax exempt properties are there in the county? I mean,
that I
ballpark.
could not tell you.
I mean, there's-
Well, as far as these go, this type,
Yeah.
oh, it's just 3, and maybe one more. We don't have many. But I would have to look. I'm thinking, because these 3 came up, I think it's just these 3, but I would have to look and make sure.
They don't all come up.
No,
At the same
no, they
time?
don't, no.
Okay.
This is gonna be the big year.
The other one is the Monroe Institute. And they're listed in our county code.
Mhm.
Okay,
And those are the 4
Yes.
entities that have to complete this required application every 3 years.
Okay. Do you know when theirs comes up again?
I do not.
and I don't either, because I'm looking through, and because I'm going off of former commissioners' paperwork. I'd have to look on that. I have to look and see
So-
when that would be coming up, because I thought it was non-exempt, but I'd have to check. So Candy, of course, that is too.
How do we tax religious institutions? How are churches?
They are automatically tax
Okay,
exempt.
okay.
Yes, yeah, these have to apply, every 3 years.
And what's
Yes.
the basis for their exemption? I mean, what's the, for example, let's just take Synchronicity. What's the reason?
What, okay, and of course I wrote, I don't know if you all have copies of the letters or whatever that I put in there. Let me go through it. For theirs, one thing they do is the facility hosts Nelson County school programs. We're both we're doing Synchronicity,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Okay, let me go back to them.
Yeah, I know the Wintergreen
Yeah.
Nature Foundation
Yes.
does.
Don't want to get them mixed up.
And then while you're flipping through, I'm just curious, are there residential components in Synchronicity? You know,
They have several trailers, and yes, I do believe some people are living on the property, yeah. But then they bring lots of people in.
Right.
To stay for weekends, and, let's see. I'll just give you an idea. They do spiritual holistic meditation, and of course, again, they've been granted by the board for many years to be tax exempt. They offer retreats, online consultations, and Zoom meetings. They have walking trails and buildings that are used for what they offer, such as chapel. But that chapel would not be tax exempt as far as being like a church unless, you all bring them in. Dining hall and many other buildings. And like I said, I've got paperwork from them from many years back.
yeah, always done it that way.
Yes, always,
Yeah.
yes.
So for a church with a parsonage, is the parsonage automatically exempt as well?
Mhm.
Okay. Now what about conservation easements? How are they taxed?
That would be, let's just say it's $3,000 an acre. Let's just say normally 3,000. It would be $450. Yeah, $450 is the usual. So say if they're in forestry, and they would be $450. And I know the one we were talking, the Nature they
Nature Foundation.
are $450, and they have been for many years.
$450 meaning what?
$450 an acre.
An acre.
So that's what they're taxed on, yes. Rather than say, I don't know, 3,000 or whatever their assessment would be, they're $450.
And then what about land that's in land use?
The land use rate, whatever the land use rate would be, it could be $450 if it's forestry. And
If
that's
it's,
the usual.
cows,
Agriculture?
yeah, ag. land use.
Probably 300 some, I don't have the numbers, but Yeah, of course, and then I don't think any of these, they're not in land use, they're just in the tax exemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, and conservation. And that's just the one. And that comes by deed. We'll get the deed and it'll tell us it's going into conservation easement.
So conservation easements and farmers are paying taxes at a lower rate, obviously, but are paying taxes.
Yes,
And Synchronicity, Wintergreen Nature Foundation, Piedmont Habitat for Humanity, which I totally get,
yeah.
and Monroe Institute are tax exempt,
Mhm.
not even at a lower rate, just exempt.
Yes. Now, it may be a property or two that was not put in, and again, Monroe Institute, I've got to check on. But all of these, it looks like to me, all of the, everything that they have was put in it under the Nature Foundation. Actually, the Nature Foundation may have a couple more that's not, was not put in back in the day, for whatever reason. But these are the ones that they have been tax exempt on.
So, sorry, Mr. Chair, this may help a little bit. The state code under which this, which authorizes this tax exemption, 58.1 3651, says any county, city, or town may by designation or classification exempt from real or personal property taxes or both, by ordinance adopted by the local governing body. The real or personal property or both owned by a nonprofit organization, including a single member limited liability company whose sole member is a nonprofit organization that uses such property for religious, charitable, patriotic, historical, benevolent, cultural, or public park and playground purposes.
And that's probably what it was based on. That was what it was based on before. I would-
Right. So, you know, this is just for your information. The designation is a may, not a shall, so you do have discretion here. Just want you to be aware of that.
And if you need tax cards or anything to actually look, you know, we'll be happy to print them
I think we included those in the package.
in the packet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in here.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have any other questions? Okay, thank you
I think you're
for
welcome.
answering the questions.
And I will double check on Monroe Institute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so we have a resolution. Would someone like to make a motion?
Now, reminder, we've done all three of these except for in the past? Okay. Mr. Chairman, I have no problem making a motion to, where's the resolution? Over here. Yeah, I got
Got
it.
it?
Yeah, 2025-87. Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve resolution R 2025-87 as presented.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it so we can vote on it.
Okay, we have a second. Any further discussion?
I just will say why I'm gonna vote no, just so you know. I just have, you know, I completely understand Wintergreen Nature Foundation and the value they bring to our community. And nothing against Synchronicity whatsoever, but I think they bring value to themselves. I don't feel that there's anything, you know, they're not taking school kids and they're not having, I don't know, I just don't see the value to our community outside of the value they bring for themselves. So, you know, maybe if we looked at them as this part of it is spiritual, religious, however they want to refer to it, and this part is residential, and we were able to separate it, you know, maybe I would be more inclined to vote yes. But right now, if we're lumping them all in together, I'm going to vote no on all of it. You know, so that's just where I am.
What is their time frame for having to make a decision? Do we have to do it this month, or can we delay this?
No, January, would the public have to come in on this, or do you all know? You have to have,
No.
okay.
This would be to determine.
I mean, this is for the-
determination.
This is for next tax year.
Yes.
So,
2026.
truly,
So,
why don't you make a decision by April?
February, yeah,
All right.
Yeah, really, that's fine too, so we know, for the tax bills.
Well, we might as well get a couple more people on this board before we.
Yeah, and we might be able to get a little more information about the Monroe Institute as well, so we can look at all of the criterion that we have and determine if they truly, you know.
Okay, I
if they
rescind
want
my
the
motion then.
Okay,
So.
We'll
so
continue this to the next meeting.
What
So-
further information would you
What?
need on the other two? I understand you need to know what Monroe.
I think that's, I don't know that, well, you were
Well,
wondering about residential as
Personally,
opposed to.
I would like to see if we could, a breakdown for synchronicity, how much of it is the institutional use, this, you know, whatever they,
Okay.
and how, you know, the foundation, and how much of it, is actual residential structures.
People actually.
Right, yeah.
So just by
And-
parcel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I think since we only have 4, and 3 of them are on this list, I think it would be helpful just to include the Monroe Institute information on the list, even though we're not voting on them right now. It would just give us an overall picture of the whole tax exempt group. So, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we're not, you know, it's not like we're in a time crunch to make this decision today, so I would feel more comfortable.
and we'll have additional input on it
Yeah.
as well. Okay.
I agree.
Sounds good, I'll look into the Monroe Institute and actually probably give them a call and see who else there, or how many people are living there.
Right.
Yep.
With both Monroe and Synchronicity.
Okay.
Yeah, the residential versus,
Residential,
yeah,
okay.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And just, you know, as a little side note, part of me, you know, one of the reasons I want to go deeper into this is because our farmers don't get tax exempt, you know, so I just wonder, I don't know. I mean, so, anyway, sorry.
Thank you.
Yep, thank
All
you.
right. Okay, next we have, revisiting the Piney River water and sewer rates. I know we've been over this numerous times at this point, and maybe just reiterate what's before us.
At last month's board meeting, the board directed us to come back with the ordinance as proposed. And you have this in front of you, it's O 2025-09. The only changes we made were to the base service fees and the grinder pump fees. We changed the effective date from January 1, 26 to July 1, 2026 for the first increase in those. And the increase would be 7% each year from July 2026 to July 1st, 2027, and then again in July 1st, 2028. Other than that, all of the other proposed fees and charges remained as presented.
So, question for you, including the metering size and connection fees, are we gonna move those to July 1st as well? I saw in here, I thought it said January 1st.
The ordinance in its entirety would become effective July 1 of 26.
Okay, I'm
Just
just
the way
looking at,
it's
I'm
written.
looking at a previous,
Yeah.
that's what it was, okay. Yeah, I think this is fine to approve with the expectation of us having this on July 1's thing. So,
Okay, David?
You ready?
Ready.
All right, Mr. Chairman, based on the reduced base service fees that we have included in the updated ordinance, I move that we adopt ordinance O 2025-09, Nelson County Board of Supervisors, amendment to the Code of Nelson County, Virginia, Chapter 12, Utilities, Article 3, Water and Wastewater, Division 10, as presented.
Okay,
second,
okay, motion and second, let us have a roll call.
Mr. Rutherford.
yes.
Mr. Parr.
Yes,
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
thank you all for,
Wonderful, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
and yeah, thank you all for working with us on that. I think this is much better for the people of the community.
Okay, that takes us up to our county administrator report.
I guess first off, I just would like to say a few words from the staff perspective about Mr. Harvey. I had the pleasure of working with him for 25 years, believe it or not. He was always super supportive of county employees. He always called and would stop by very often. He was very engaged in what was going on with the county and with staff. And he is leaving a legacy of evidence that is likely to not be unmatched. So just wanted to say a few words about him and how much I personally and our staff enjoyed working with him. So, he will be missed. All right, so jumping into the report on the DSS building project. Not much to report here. The site's been cleared, graded, and some other site work is underway as weather permits. The recent wet weather has impacted progress for the time being, but hopefully they'll get back on track. Our Department of Social Services CPS data update. The numbers are shown below on the report. I'll go through those here in a second. Our total referrals received were a little bit elevated this month, for the month of November, due to a case that received multiple duplicate referrals, which necessitated that these duplicates be screened out, which caused the screened out percentage to be high. We had another referral that was screened out due to it being in Albemarle's jurisdiction. Other departmental data was provided with the monthly report submitted to the board. And I'll go through the November data real quick here. We had total referrals of 24. Of those, 9 were validated, 15 were screened out, providing a percentage validated of 38% and a percentage screened out of 62%. Of the validated referrals, 2 resulted in investigations, 7 resulted in family assessments, for a 22% outcome of investigations and a 78% outcome of family assessments. We do still have applications for the local DSS advisory board. They're still being taken, with potential appointment being in January. A big thank you to CVEC and county maintenance staff for the Christmas lights installation. Our maintenance staff installed lights where they were able to safely assess existing pole brackets and connections for safe installation. After this holiday season, we can circle back to determine how many poles may need electrical work done for next year. And county staff will plan for taking down the Lummingston and Shipman lights by January 9th, weather permitting, and we'll coordinate with CVAC to do the same as their schedule permits in Nelly's Ford. As everyone knows, the 2026 reassessment notices were mailed out. The assessors are conducting appeal reviews through December 18th. Procedures for appealing to the assessors and the Board of Equalization are provided on the notices, and we have posted the attached FAQs, or frequently asked questions, regarding the reassessment. It's important to note that the reassessment determines your property's fair market value, but your actual tax bill depends on the tax rate set annually by your local Board of Supervisors. The Nelson County Board of Supervisors will evaluate its budgetary needs, and the 2026 real estate tax rates will be set sometime in mid-April of 26. The proposed changes in tax rates require a public hearing prior to them being set by the governing body. Within this report, I'm providing an update to you on the FY25 Region 10 cooperative projects that were funded with Opioid Abatement Authority funding. Nelson participates with other Region 10 CSB localities in Opioid Abatement Authority grants initiated in FY25, which 1, provided community outreach services, and 2, an expansion of the crisis response and CTAC services at the Region 10 Crisis Receiving Center, or CRC. In FY25, 183 Nelson County residents were served in the first program, and 9 residents served by the second program. While local match is not required for these grants, Region 10 staff asked if Nelson would like to contribute some of our direct opioid settlement distribution funds in order to strengthen the FY27 renewal application that will be submitted in March of 26. We have received $21,099 in additional unexpected payments from the deficiency funds, which were funds remaining after payments to council related to the Opioid Abatement Authority funds themselves.
And staff recommends contributing 5 to 10,000 of these funds to the FY27 renewal application. So, the board's advisement on this contribution is requested. Again, the application isn't due till March of '26, so we have time to discuss that further if you would so choose. I believe they have said Albemarle and Charlottesville's, I think, contributed maybe about 15,000 of their direct funds to previous applications. So, all right, moving on, we have a report from Margaret Clare on the Nelson County Community Development Foundation Family Assistance Program. And as of November 18th, requests for assistance have been received from 48 families, totaling just over $24,000 in funding requests. Of those, 26 families have been assisted for a total of $11,423.68, or an average of $423.10 per family. She provided some statistics and how this assistance has been distributed. We had one tax payment of $500, we had 9 rent payments for a total of $3,716, 16 utility payments for a total of $7,194, and then AEP fees of $12.95. She described the family characteristics as the average age of head of household was 57. The elderly assisted were 41.4%. White assisted 68.9%. Black assisted 31%. The average gross income of those assisted was $15,027. The average median AMI, I think that's
Area median income.
Area median income, thank you, 17.7%. Disability 24%, and those under 18 in the family was 41%. She reported, including the admin fee of $2,500, $13,923 of the $25,000 allocation from the Board of Supervisors has been expended, with the balance estimated to be spent by early February. Your meals and lodging tax collection and lodging entity tracking has been provided to you in the customary attached charts. Our number of lodging units went from 820 to 826. The Rentalscape short-term rental monitoring and tracking software has been procured, and we're going to start having some training on the use of that software here shortly. So, other than that, department and office reports for November have been provided, and happy to answer any questions.
Okay, and when do we expect the software to be operational? Or when the training's done?
That I'm not sure. We're gonna have, I think, our first set of training later this week, so I'll know more about that once we have that training.
It'll be interesting to know exactly what metrics we're gonna have
Right.
in front of us once it's placed. I'm looking forward to seeing
Sure,
that.
and I'm sure we could, well, I'm not sure, but I think we could probably offer the board a demo of the product at an upcoming meeting, if that would be interesting to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
great, we'll look to do that.
Okay. Okay, any questions for Candy?
No, but our high schooler who was supposed to tell us what city we got just showed up.
Oh,
Okay. I think he's here as an observer today.
Okay.
It's okay.
No worries.
It's okay.
all right, well, thank you very much.
Okay. Board reports?
Mr. Reed and I had a meeting yesterday and talked about the fire marshal. It is basically my interpretation of the meeting is what we were trying to accomplish isn't accomplishing what is really needed. There is a liability aspect where if we did implement our own fire marshal, to where then Nelson County would be responsible for all of its fire marshal needs, which isn't just a liability on our portion, but throughout the county. That would also involve pyrotechnics, fireworks, all sorts of different things. And the specific resolution that we had wasn't producing necessarily the what their issues are. It wasn't gonna give them the authority to do what they were looking at doing. And that was we met with the Virginia State Fire Marshal. So he elaborated on a lot of that. And I think it cleared up a lot of misunderstandings and kind of where some stuff and it's a good thing we had that meeting because, you know, we'd hate to do something and then find out 6 months into it, it's not what it was meant to do. And so I'm grateful that we did take our time with this.
Yeah, and there was a lot of consensus with everyone there.
Yes.
You know, Curtis and,
And it would require the implementation of the fire code, which is really extensive. Though I think all new construction is safer today than it was 20 years ago. A lot of our existing dwellings and even commercial properties and churches can't meet today's expectations for a fire code. They just weren't built that way. And so I aired my concerns on that. If you implement this, fire marshal shows up, yeah, he's gonna be setting occupancy, pretty serious stuff. So, that's not to say that maybe 10 years from now, when housing stock and commercial stock is even older, something that doesn't have to be visited. But it would be a pretty serious shocker to our community if it was implemented, so. PDC meeting. I can't remember anything of substance. You didn't make it, did you?
I missed that one.
Jail board meeting, we had a shovel. What did we do? We did the groundbreaking. So we did that, and that's underway. It's going to take a while. And as I sit here, this cold is hitting me in the face. So I am dying. I am dying
you're a
quite
mess.
slowly right now. So if y'all want to finish this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was unable to attend the Emergency Services Council meeting this past month, but from what report I got, not a whole lot took place, but we will be meeting tonight. So, does anybody know if Curtis and them got any resolution on didn't they have a meeting just this week or last week on the Wintergreen access to the Parkway?
They did, yes.
It got through committee,
Yeah.
because we've got both of our senators and our representative got it introduced, so it's moving.
I feel like it's.
I mean, that's big.
Well, I think it's done this before.
Really?
And it got killed at
With-
some admin thing
Mhm.
Yeah.
related toward National Forest.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
Fingers
optimistic.
crossed.
It
Yeah.
sounds really good.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think Justin had an article on it in the paper.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I didn't read it because I had to get the paper. I don't know.
That's it? Okay. Couple of meetings of little consequence, the Drug Recovery Court and Jefferson Area Board for the Aging and Service Authority was present at all those. I was at the last school board meeting, and obviously the school board said goodbye to 3 of their longstanding board members. And the new board has to deal with the information on the new composite index, which we have all had a chance to see, which is actually a 10% increase from last year's, or the last biennium's composite index, which is going to be a real challenge for, for the school budget and for our budget as well, to try to figure out how to deal with that amount. We've gone up to number 10 in the state in terms of the composite index.
Yep.
So that was the something to look forward to when we get to budget season. But otherwise, I don't have any other reports other than that. For appointments, first one we have is for the Agriculture and Forestal Advisory Committee. And we have an applicant, Deborah White, to fill the slot that Mary Cunningham vacated. What's the board's pleasure on that?
She owns land. I don't know her.
Yeah.
Let's just put her on there.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move we put Deborah White on the Ag and Forestal District Committee.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. We'll do a roll call, just.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Rutherford?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes. We have applicants for all the different districts for the Social Services Advisory Board, but we're missing Dr. Ligon, and we'll have another board member, Mr. Lanahan, will be present in January. Might make more sense for us to take a look at these next month. Ms. McGarry, do you see any problem with us doing that?
No, in fact, I would recommend that.
Okay. Okay. However, the Board of Equalization, time's a wasting. So we have Carlton Ballou, James Clinton Bibb, and Thomas Nelson Jr., all who have served in the past. Can we get a motion on those?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. We'll do a roll call.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Rutherford?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes. Okay. Any news on vacancies that we have, Amanda? Just what you got there?
So we've got, well, actually we have two now. I've got an update since we did this packet. We're still looking for an alternate on Board of Zoning Appeals. Mary Cunningham did not wish to be reappointed. Still advertising that. We did receive resignation from Carol Saunders. So she is a regular BZA member. We need to find somebody interested in filling that position. I'm still working on Thomas Jefferson Area Community Criminal Justice Board. I thought I had somebody interested, but haven't gotten anything back from them. So really got somebody, law enforcement background, maybe courts, probation, something to that effect would be helpful. And then I recently learned that we have a new vacancy for the Ag and Forestal District Advisory Committee. Andy Wright has resigned from that.
Oh, wow.
So
When did that happen?
apparently that's happened the last little bit. I just got an email about it, so. That's all I have right now.
Okay.
In January, we'll have a full list of vacancies and to be appointed for 2026.
Okay, and hopefully a full Board of Supervisors.
Yes.
So be good. Okay. Correspondence? Any to share? Directives?
Yeah,
Carr?
Mr. Chairman, I want to circle back to something that was discussed earlier today, the funding for the Juneteenth celebration. I would like for us to go ahead and allocate the $5,000 contribution and direct staff to start incorporating this as a line item in our budget for planning purposes.
Just including it in their budget
Yes,
process.
included in the budget.
Automatically including or sending them the paperwork where you send them?
Just like we do anybody else.
Request.
Yes, send it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
That way, it's not something that has to come back and ask for
right,
at a meeting.
certainly.
Okay.
I think we have sent out the actual form that you need to fill out to get into the FY27 budget
Okay.
process, so I
Okay.
think we're good on that front. Is that, you have what you need?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Do we need to vote on that, or
Yes.
okay,
consider that a motion?
Second.
okay. Got a motion and a second? Let's vote.
Mr. Rutherford?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes. Okay. Jesse, anything for directives?
Not at this time. I was going to suggest that potentially with our joint meeting tomorrow, we shouldn't rule out the potential of having an additional one if we're able to accomplish everything we expect to. I just wanted to lay the field that there's a good chance we're going to need to have to do another one.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a planning commission meeting tomorrow, so we have a hard stop, right?
Yes.
Good.
So I
Got a
just,
7.
Is
I've got a-
there, I don't think there is a planning commission.
No?
They don't have any public hearings scheduled.
so it's like a work session.
I have a hard stop.
Oh.
7 tomorrow.
Okay,
You
well,
know,
I'm just saying, we're probably gonna need to do
if we don't get through it all, we'll,
and find out what. how
we'll,
much
we'll,
it's gonna
we'll have
cost
to get
us.
through it all eventually,
Yeah.
so we'll figure out how to do
Yeah.
that.
I just wanted to say it. That
Okay,
way we didn't go into this expecting
Okay.
something different.
so take care of yourself till tomorrow.
yeah.
Good luck.
We want stamina.
Mr.
Okay,
Chairman,
any other business?
I'm done.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adjourn.
okay,
And continue, please.
and
And
continue.
Continue until 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm.
okay. Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, okay, we'll roll call it.
Mr. Rutherford.
Yes.
Mr. Parr.
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.